Welcome, dear viewers and collectors from around the world. Thank you for joining this exciting journey into one of the most astonishing modern coin mysteries ever whispered about in numismatic circles. A story that sounds impossible yet continues to spark curiosity, debate, fascination, and imagination. Today we explore the unbelievable legend of the 2020 P1 dime USA coin that is said to be worth an incredible $23 million. A coin that began life as an ordinary 10-cent piece, yet is rumored to have transformed into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure because of a rare mix of minting errors, mysterious mistakes, and an unusual mint mark situation that defies expectations. And as we dive deeper into this story, you will discover how something so small can carry such massive value, how a simple coin from everyday change can become the subject of worldwide attention, auctions, speculation, and dreams, and how the world of rare coins is full of surprises that can turn a casual collector into a lifelong enthusiast. So sit back, stay engaged, and let your imagination travel through the fascinating possibilities behind this legendary dime that has captured hearts and curiosity across continents. The 2020 P1 dime is, on the surface, a standard Roosevelt dime produced by the Philadelphia Mint, bearing the familiar profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and the torch flanked by olive and oak branches on the reverse, designed to represent liberty, peace, and strength. Millions of these coins were struck for circulation, and most people who encountered them never thought twice before spending them on candy, bus fares, or daily purchases. Yet among the countless examples, whispers began to circulate that one particular specimen, or perhaps a tiny group of them, was different, not just slightly off but radically unusual, displaying a rare combination of errors so dramatic that they were believed to be unique in modern United States minting history. Collectors began to speak of a dime that showed multiple layers of mistakes all at once, including dramatic off-center strikes, double and even triple die impressions, missing or distorted mint marks, strange planchet compositions, unusual weights, mysterious surface textures, and alignment issues that made experts question how such a coin could ever pass through quality control. The story grew as collectors claimed that one example appeared to have been struck on an experimental, or foreign, planchet, giving it an abnormal color, tone, and density, and when tested, it showed unusual metallic properties that did not match the standard copper nickel-clad composition used for dimes. Some claimed it had traces of silver or exotic alloys not officially recorded for that year. Others believed it was a transitional error struck on leftover material from another production run. And still others speculated it could have been an unauthorized test piece that somehow escaped the mint, and as these theories spread, the value attached to the coin grew from a few thousand to millions, until eventually the legendary figure of $23 million became attached to it, a number so staggering that it sounds like fantasy, yet it symbolizes the power of rarity, mystery, and desire in the collector world, because value is not only determined by metal and age but by the stories we attach to objects. The sense that we might be holding something irreplaceable, something that connects us to a secret chapter of history, and this dime's tale is filled with such intrigue. One of the most discussed features is the alleged missing or distorted P mint mark, which should clearly identify it as a Philadelphia issue, but on the rumored coin the mark is said to be faint, mispositioned, or even partially merged with the design, suggesting a die anomaly that occurred during the striking process. Mint marks are critical in determining origin and variety, and when they appear abnormal, collectors take notice. Some say the P was doubled, showing signs of a repunched or misaligned die, while others say it appears to float or fade into the field, creating a ghost-like impression, and such a defect alone could raise a coin's value. But when combined with other errors it becomes exponentially more desirable. Then there is the possibility of a dramatic double die obverse, where Roosevelt's profile appears with a noticeable shadow or second outline, especially around the eye, nose, and lettering, giving the coin a three-dimensional effect. Double dies occur when the die itself is imprinted twice at slightly different angles during its creation, and coins struck from such dies inherit that duplication. And while many minor double dies exist, only the most pronounced become legendary, and this dime is said to show one of the strongest examples ever seen in a modern coin. Then add to that the idea of an off-center strike, where the design is not fully centered on the planchet, leaving part of the coin blank and part overextended, creating a dramatic visual that instantly signals a minting error. And when such an off-center strike still retains a visible date and partial design, it becomes especially collectible. Now imagine combining all of these features in a single piece: a double die, a missing or distorted mint mark, an off-center strike, and an unusual planchet composition, each of which alone could command high prices, but together form a perfect storm of rarity. Some enthusiasts even claim that the coin shows signs of a rotated die, where the reverse is not aligned correctly with the obverse, adding yet another layer of strangeness. Rotated dies are measured in degrees, and significant rotation can make a coin far more desirable, especially when paired with other anomalies. Then there are claims of a broad strike, where the coin was struck without a collar, allowing the metal to spread outward, creating a wider than normal diameter and a flattened edge, giving the coin an almost metal-like appearance, and such a feature would further separate it from ordinary dimes, making it instantly recognizable. Collectors also speak of unusual surface textures, tiny bubbles, cracks, or lines that suggest a flawed die or planchet, possibly indicating metal fatigue or contamination, which could have occurred if the planchet was improperly prepared or if foreign material entered the minting process. And these imperfections tell a story of chaos within a system designed for precision. The minting process itself is a marvel of engineering, designed to produce millions of identical coins with incredible speed and accuracy. Yet even in such a controlled environment, errors can slip through, and when they do, they become tangible reminders that perfection is never guaranteed, that even the most advanced systems can create anomalies. And these anomalies are what collectors cherish, because they represent moments where the normal rules were broken, where chance intervened, and the ordinary became extraordinary. And the 2020 P1 dime legend captures this spirit perfectly, because it suggests that even in a modern era of strict quality control, something wildly unusual can still emerge, sparking dreams of discovery. People imagine finding one in their pocket change, examining every dime they come across, hoping to spot something unusual. A misaligned letter, a strange shine, a missing mark, and this sense of possibility fuels the entire numismatic community, turning everyday transactions into potential treasure hunts. The story also touches on the psychology of value, how humans assign worth not only based on material but on narrative, rarity, and emotional resonance. A $23 million price tag is not just about metal, it is about the belief that this coin represents something unique, something that cannot be replicated, something that stands alone, and in a world of mass production, uniqueness becomes priceless. Some skeptics argue that such a value is unrealistic, that no modern dime could truly command such a sum, and they may be right from a strictly market-based perspective, yet legends often exaggerate to capture attention. And even if the actual value were a fraction of that figure, the story would remain compelling, because it highlights the extraordinary potential hidden in the ordinary. And it encourages curiosity, learning, and appreciation for history, craftsmanship, and chance. The Roosevelt dime itself has a rich legacy. Introduced in 1946 to honor the late president, it has been a constant presence in American pockets for decades, and each year, each mint, each variety adds a new chapter to its story. The 2020 P edition represents a moment in time, a year marked by global challenges, changes, and uncertainties. And perhaps that context adds another layer of meaning to the legend, suggesting that even in difficult times, wonders can emerge in unexpected forms. Collectors often speak of the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovering something rare, and the connections formed within the community as stories are shared, debated, and passed along. The tale of this dime has traveled across forums, social media, and conversations, inspiring both seasoned numismatists and curious beginners to take a closer look at their coins, to learn about mint marks, die varieties, planchet types, and the fascinating errors that can occur during production, and in doing so, they gain a deeper appreciation for the artistry and complexity behind something as small and seemingly insignificant as a dime. The legend also raises questions about authenticity, verification, and the role